Hey, how's it going guys? This is welcome to a brand new game on this channel. Today we're going to play a game called Rebounding Life. And this is going to be episode 1. I'm not exactly sure what kind of a game this one is actually going to be. But I think this is going to be a game related to basketball. Yeah, and it's a visual novel if I'm not wrong. So let's begin. Episode 1, bad news. Ooh, not a good start I guess. Right now, you are waiting for the doctor to enter his own office and give you your result. Oh, it doesn't sound too good, man. The slender hand reaches over to gently caress you around. Everything's going to be alright. What is your name? Well, as usual. A woman reassures from the seat next to you. Oh, she is beautiful. You look over to see your wife, Nasira. I bet you the doctor is going to come in here and say everything's back to normal. You give her a hopeful smile, even if you don't completely feel it. Is she just taking his sweet time though? What's the point of scheduling an appointment if you're always late? They do it on purpose, you know. Do what on purpose? Double booking the appointments so that two people have the same time. Probably even more than two. You think so? I would bet money on it. And you know, I'm not a betting girl. You do know that. She scopes every time you pass a casino and makes a comment on the year's hosting one. She makes a money gesture with her hand. That's how they get more moolah. I'm going to have to talk with the doctor after the result. They can't treat people like that. They can spend all day in our doctor's office like we don't have anything else going on. Hey, I agree with that. Your wife goes on one of our usual runs, so you just listen knowing she needs to get it all out. And that's the doctor. She goes on for a full 5 minutes when the doctor makes his expected appearance, finally. Your wife mutters so that only you can hear. Dr. Livingstone. Hey there, you two. I'm sorry for the wait. I think he's a bone specialist, maybe. It's alright, Dr. Livingstone. You kept person busy. You raise a questioning eyebrow at her, and her expression tells you to hush. So you flash her teasing smile instead and greet the doctor. Are you feeling to Xalien? How are your boys? They're doing well, you know, one is already in college and the other will start this year. Hold on. You do want to tell me that she has a son who is already in college? Or maybe she's just second parent. How are you and your family? Not too bad. The grandkid starts basketball soon. I've actually shown him a few of your past games and I have to say you have had a great career. The doctor does air quotes. Maybe you were never a superstar, but the way you hustled and played hard every game made watching you a lot of fun. And excuse my unprofessionalism for a moment, but you are a great dog. When you aren't playing hard on defense, you are dishing out great passes. Just a perfect example of a team player. You should feel very proud. Hey, if you want an autograph for the kid, there's no need to button me out. As the doctor laughs, your smile fades up on realizing something. He's talking like I have already retired. You know that I'm a pretty straightforward person, though. So I'd rather you just say it like it is. My career is over, isn't it? Maybe don't be so negative. We have talked about this. You have to put out the energy you want back in the world. So that means you have to be positive. You have to believe everything is going to be okay. And I bet the doctor is going to tell us your knee is all better now. She looks at him expectantly before you can respond, but he doesn't return her happy expression. Believe me when I tell you there is nothing more that I would rather say right now. But your husband is right. He cannot play professional basketball anymore with this level of injury. What? There's no way. I don't believe this. She stands up so abruptly that her chair falls over. We appreciate your help over the past year, Dr. Livingstone. I like our character, to be honest. Nasira, Dr. Livingstone has been taking care of me and my teammates since my career started almost 20 years ago. There's no one. Hold on, he had a career of 20 years. I think it's time for him to retire, to be honest. There's no one that I trust more when it comes to my body. She watches you for a moment with trembling lips. But she picks her chair up and does sit down after a short staring match. You know, Nasira has always been a very positive person and has admonished your pessimistic ways. But you think you are a realist instead. A pettier person who knows life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. That's what she is. So you turn your attention back on the doctor and asking for your updated prognosis. He displays the recent X-ray too. As you know, you suffered significant nerve damage when injuring your knee a year ago, and you have had several surgeries along with other treatments in hopes of reversing the damage. I'm afraid, however, almost nothing has changed. You know he's talking about your personal situation, but it almost feels like he's referring to someone else with his mouth on expression. That's how he is. Though just like most doctors you have seen over the years. Okay, I think I'm actually going to ignore rest of the part because I think they're going to talk for a long time. We already know what is happening. Our guy has to end his career. He needs to take retirement and yeah, so on. So we're just going to move on. You're sure I can't squeeze out another season or two, huh? That lots. I'm quite sure. I wouldn't suggest ending your career on your way. Please believe me when I tell you that. I know, doc. I know. So, yeah, we are pretty much at the end. Your wife stops you just outside of his office before you even go check out. I'm so sorry, babe. I know this isn't what you wanted to hear today. I honestly thought everything was going to be okay. But sadly, it is. Why is this happening? Oh, you're going to be practical. Because he said he is a realist. To be honest, I'm one of the few who never suffered a serious injury until now, of course. I would say that's pretty much a miracle in professional sports, so I might actually be considered lucky going by that standard. Okay, I honestly like his character design. I think the developer has done a really good job. On top of all that, I probably had a year or two left of decent performance, maybe 3 years if I went crazy on dieting, which you know is impossible. She gives you a reluctant smile. Okay, or both of these characters are actually really beautiful. Yes, because of your second love. So it's so I was correct. We had a first love. Sometimes I think it may be your first, but never. If anything, you are right. She giggles. You know what? I'm just going to take the trip. So ready to blow this popsicle stand? We still have to check out. Smile. Sure, but can you go ahead? I need to use the bathroom. You two separate for the time being, so you can go and have some time. You wash your hands once done and think about the recent news from Dr. Livingston. I guess my playing career really is over. It's a very surreal feeling when considering basketball's been your life since you could walk. You don't really know anything else. Your wife's voice pulls you out of your brief fever. Yeah, I just need to be there for a second, but you have been in there for 10 minutes now. Okay. The pain medication was prescribed to you when you first got injured. Okay, we are going to ignore the rest of the thing. We are going somewhere, I suppose. Someone said he got invited to study at a prestigious university overseas right out of high school 2 years ago. Okay, I think this is our son, right? Okay, we are going to start coaching. Okay, that's interesting. Her question makes you alert at once as you sit up. The sports bar. You come from a smaller city, but even with all the places you have traveled because of your career, it's still the place you call home. Ah, I like this. I like the design. It's actually really, really beautiful, not going to lie. Just think about it. In the future, we might have some proper game where this is not just going to be a scene on your screen right now, but more like an actual scene with transition, like the character is driving and something like that. I am actually looking forward to that because this gaming community is actually going really fast in my opinion. But the training facility and recreation league, they alone are going to cost a lot. So I think we are going to do some kind of management in the future. Your dad. You shake your head at once. That's not an option. I guess our character's dad is actually quite rich, but it's not an option, yes? She watches you for a moment as you avert your gaze from hers. Okay. Have I ever told you that you are the best? A few times, but I never get tired of hearing it. That's kinda nice. You notice that Nasira means your exit on a highway, which you point out. I wanted to start making some phone calls for the store as soon as we get home. That means good old pizza for lunch, and I want to pick up something from the shop next door. Okay. You take a seat in a far back after ordering to wait, hoping no one else notices you. You are never the best or most popular player as mentioned before, but being from a small city, you are a big deal. Ah. Oh, who is this? Out of nowhere, someone covers your eyes with their hands. Oh, yes, so it is. You would usually tell the person to cut it out, but the woman seemed insistent on this game, and you are not completely sure, but her voice sounds familiar. There's no way it could be her, could it? You say her name anyway, Faith. Ding ding ding, we have a winner. Your mouth drops open in shock when she steps out from behind you and waves excitedly like a child. Ah, yes, it is I. What are you doing here? Oh, she's beautiful as well. Come on, you can at least pretend you are happy to see me in a person after all this time. You are too stunned to go along with her usual playfulness. How can she be his childhood friend? This guy is like old. She's not yet. What are you doing back in town, Faith? She sighs. This is why you don't have any real friends back in high school. But to answer your question, I had a business opportunity present itself, so I moved back. Answer is the last one you are expecting. And you didn't think it would be a good idea to tell me this? I'm telling you now, aren't I? Gosh, still so serious. I literally moved back into town today. I was going to let you know, but I thought Tony had already. Obviously not. You look around for your second and only other child at 18 years old. Where is he? Our precious angel is back at our new place, still moving and unpacking. Hold on. Give me a second. This is a first wife, I think? I could be wrong. You know how he gets when he wants to get something done. I came here to get him foiled so he doesn't pass out in the process. Looks like this is still your favorite pizza place. I don't know how many times you came here after school. You don't respond. Still trying to wrap your head around the situation. Fate and Tony are back. And how are you doing, big shot? I'm surprised you would have even a single slice pizza with the season coming up. Have you come around to the dark side at last? Our question makes you refocus on the conversation. I'm not playing. You are skipping the pre-season? I don't blame you. No point in risking injury for meaningless games at this stage in your career. More like the entire season. And everyone after that. She goes quiet and stares at you. You're serious. She asks, but it's more of a statement, so you don't answer. She comes over and hugs you. To your surprise. You know that if Nasira walked in and saw you two right now, she would absolutely lose it. Though it's not like you don't understand why. Okay, she didn't come. I thought she was going to come. So they couldn't fix your name. They could not. That said, I would risk some serious damage if I keep going. Probably more nerve damage, maybe even amputation in the worst case. Almost his exact words. You are not surprised by her correct analysis with her degree in exercise science. But it's not all bad. I'm going to start coaching at middle. Thinking about teaching a class there too. Huh? What's so funny? She looks at as a guy's glaze over in memory. I'm just thinking you are going to be one of those stuffy teachers that the ones who used to always make fun of. I'm pretty sure you are the only one doing that. I've always been stuffy. True, it's like you are born with the soul of an 80-year-old OR veteran. Come on, I'm not that bad. Alright, 70. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to end this episode here. I couldn't actually find a lot of interesting content, but this is a really beautiful game. The artwork is like really nice. I also like the story and how it's actually progressing. The story is actually quite interesting, to be honest, and the progress rate I think is good. It might feel a bit slow, but I think still is really good. So make sure you guys give it a try, and if I find some interesting scenes, then I'm actually going to share it on my Discord page because my Patreon is not working anymore. So you guys can actually check it out in there. So that's it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give it a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys to show me something much more interesting. Till then, goodbye, sayonara. Have a nice day. Tata.